Gotta roll back to work. Technology's working radically different every day. Everything that scientists are doing to try to keep ahead of their technology, to tell their technology what to do, is rapidly disappearing, and within very shortly now, instead of being advertised to, our communication devices will be just for that, pretty much communication. Journalists and stuff will be out of a job. What's a job? Your job is being faithful. Yeah, people need faithful in order to have the word and the expression of the gratitude of the gift of life. Faithful needs people, right? So if you don't have people, you don't have faithful anymore. You have rocks colliding into rocks. You have the aurora borealis. You have the sun. You have Mercury. You got Jupiter. You got Pluto. And little Pluto, is the furthest planet from the sun, right? So, hydrogen and helium. It's a gas. She's a star. So yeah, Janet got its autograph, right? And so, most of you attention-seeking missiles from hell won't be a detachable penis that won't fuck shit up because it's Saturday and there's nothing better to do. Jesus must have been a really cool guy. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Jesus will always be a really cool guy, King Missile people. You don't blame Jesus for what assholes do in Jesus' name. I mean, if you go just examine and study Jesus, and then you see how cool Jesus is, and then you see how not cool the people that are always talking to Jesus are. Jesus, I need your help. Okay, I gave you the Lord's Prayer. Apply that in physics. You need help with that too. Son of a bitch, I gotta fix the technology. Yeah. It takes a long time to fix son of a bitch's technology. Yeah. Well, guys, they took me to go help them fix it to Cochise County, Arizona in October 2006. Okay. Come October this year, it will be 20 years since they've exposed themselves to me. You're the guy from the Book of Revelation. How do we avoid all the crappy stuff in the Book of Revelation? Live the Lord's Prayer. You're the guy from the Book of Revelation. How do we avoid all the crappy stuff from the Book of Revelation? Live the Lord's Prayer. You're the guy from the Book of Revelation. How do we avoid all the crappy stuff from the Book of Revelation? The Lord's Prayer. You understand the meaning of the words, and then you humbly apply it in physics. You don't have to replicate a big black hole for Sheldon to be right. Oh, I got a headache. I have a headache today. Yeah, I do. They connect me to people that always talk to Jesus, right? And the one guy on planet Earth during the apocalypse that's most like Jesus is the man they call Earl, who's the son of Ralph and Mary, born in the valley shadow of death. It's pretty much clearly states. It's a lot of evidence, overwhelming evidence, in a book called Revelation at the end of the Bible. So, this guy, they call him Lord, and his dad's name, according to all the evidence and studies from the Catholic Church, his dad's name's Raphael, which is Latin for Ralph. Because when my sister, it's dad's name's not Raphael. It's okay. The Bible is written in what? Latin. There you go. It was a Latin text. It was the Italians, right? It wasn't the Germans. Wasn't Martin Luther. Wasn't Sir Thomas More. Wasn't King James Version. Okay? It was the what's the matter you? Why are you looking so sad? It's so not so bad. Shut up on your face, right? And you get all these people. It's like, guys, you are what you do. Okay, my grandmother's name is Kramer. What does Kramer mean? It means Jewish peddler. Okay, so Ruth's line, the female line of the Messiah, who looks like son of man, his name is Ralphie, Early Parsons Jr., right? Okay, losers, just kidding around. You need to lose that attitude and that ego problem. I sat and watched this guy who had this thing on the worst day. I didn't realize it, and he stopped, and I was like, oh, I thought I was going through all the stadiums for the FCS. Well, they call it FCS. It's division, whatever they call it now. The ones with my Lumberjacks, and in the bottom was my Thunderbirds. was like, the stadium's really not that bad. Or they talk shit about it. It's not a bad stadium. It's about 8,000. That's good for the community. It works for the community. It's not a very big. Say the community is like 30,000 people, so an 8,000 seat football stadium. Not everybody's into football, but that's a pretty good stadium. It's got beautiful view. Yeah, it's in a pretty spot. It's in Cedar City, Utah. It's pretty. The mountains is pretty. It's pretty. And so I'm like, hey, it's got everything it needs to enjoy a football game in Roman style, man. This is something. And they diss the HBCU ones, and if they can repair and maintain the one in Jackson, Mississippi, Jackson State, where Walter Payton played football there, it's like, well, let's maintain it and let's keep it, and then let's let people go to the football games for public domain. Money doesn't exist, so go enjoy football. In Jackson, Mississippi, people deserve to enjoy football when they accept the Lord's Prayer. You tackle football, don't try to hurt each other. I sat and watched Eric. I like Eric Raymaker. He's funny. He's a nut, but he sits there and his people like his teacher because the way Eric talks. Yeah, Eric has a cadence to his talk and a style to the way he says, well, and Eric has that to him, and that's why people like Eric. And who was it? James is short. Okay, James is about 5'6" or 5'8". Okay, so he's not a real tall guy. Okay, Eric, they joke Eric's like 5'2", 5'3". He's a little guy. You've had friends that are like about 5'2" or 5'3". Martin Barreras, Martin was 5'4". Okay, Martin was 5'4". And so if you're from the South, especially the Southwest, it's quite common to have a lot of friends that are maybe about 5'3", 5'4", and of the male persuasion. Tishna, fun, okay? The invincible one of the Apaches, okay? He was about Eric's size, okay? Yeah. The one that came into camp and everybody's like, don't do it. They called him fun because nobody could abuse anybody in camp when he was there. Yeah. Eric's size. Yes. Nobody fucked with him. Kick everybody's ass. Even some of the Chiricahuas that were over 6 feet tall did not fuck with 5'3" fun. Right? He'd fuck you up. He learned it from Lozon, when the men would cheat on their wives and the women would cheat on them, and then they would try to cut the tips of their nose off, and Lozon would come up to him and pull her knife, her big buck knife out, and go, I saw you fuck that Mexican woman down in Mexico, Who's making love to your old lady while you're out making love, right? And so she would sit there and move the knife back and forth. You want me to cut the tip of your penis off so you can privately be an adulterer that can't do it no more, or the tip of your nose? Which one? He said, I ain't gonna cut that bitch's nose off. That's what I thought. Okay. She's a woman, yeah. She was probably about Lozon, the real Sincere. She was a two-spirit woman. She was probably about, she's Apache, okay? She's probably about, this was a while ago. She's probably about Edna size, 4'10", tiny. Real, like Miriam, muscular, my Arwalk sweetheart. Muscular and strong, and when you work out in the gym, she gets all mad because I cut and she rips. You work out, we work out for you start working out, we get our regular work, and within a month you start to cut. It's like, yeah, I'm that way always. She goes, I rip immediately. I know most guys want to rip, most girls want to cut, and I understand the irony in that. We're working out together, we're workout partners, and you rip and I cut, and I get it. And it's like, it still doesn't make me find you any less attractive or beautiful. And she's like, yeah, but it's just, she was just learning I think I'm a girl that rips, but I think I could fall in love with a man that cuts. Rips and cuts and rips. Guys, for all you people that don't Joe Weider it and stuff like that, ripping is when your muscles go, you get swollen, okay? And cutting is when you get real defined, you get real thin, you get lean, and you got lean muscle, and everybody can see that, you take your shirt off and, wow, he's in good shape. That's like when I told you in 2017 when I challenged military special forces and intel, and I had the little Brad Pitt V thing going down from like on, what was the name of that movie? Thelma Louise, yeah. I was feeling pretty good about myself, yeah. My sister said he looked horrible. It's like, well, only your tech support saw me naked. I was feeling pretty good about myself naked by October 2017. Oh, yeah. I'd accomplished my goal. I said, in 8 months, I can get myself in really good shape, and in one day, you can pull your head out of your ass, and you can't. And I did it. I was proud of myself. I did not take any pictures. No. I don't know why. It's the first time I ever, it's the first time I ever worked out enough and most consistently enough that where I had the old Brad Fit V. I was like, not every guy has that. He said, yeah, you do. You work out well enough and in a healthy manner enough and stuff, like you do get the little V thing down here where you have the abs and, and so it's like, yeah. And so it happened. It lasted for about 3 months because after I did that, I had drug and alcohol poisoning in my body, and my 2 teeth in my back of my head were rotting out, and every time I tried to work out or exercise, my head would not stop throbbing. My shins, because the chemical poisoning from the drug and alcohol poisoning were trying to get out through parts of your shins like they do with diabetes and or melanoma. And so it was very, very uncomfortable. And so when you're being chemically poisoned, and you go to the doctor and they tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like, no, I like chocolate. I like orange juice. I like cantaloupe and strawberries and apples and stuff. So I'm not giving up the natural sugars that help my body get the crap out through the melanoma spots. And it wasn't cantaloupe and strawberries' fault and orange juice's fault that my 2 teeth rotted out of my back of my head. It was chemical poisoning that was signed off as a law by lawmakers. So I know what's going on. And the nice thing about it this time is remember Francesca, who was that lady scientist with Richard Dawkins and Chris Hitchens that were attacking people that call themselves religious on TV shows and stuff. And they were like, there's no evidence to show that Moses or Jesus even exist. It's like, but the Kramer through the Parsons, yeah, there's tons of evidence to show that he exists. And that when you look at his pictures, he looks like son of man, son of man. People say he's crazy. And as I get older and get Job face, I'm okay with Job face. I'm not upset with Job face, It's a happy face. It's a good face. This face, okay, I get lots of kiddos at Walmart that smile at me and say, hi. That high. I love that high. This is one of my favorite highs in the whole world. Hi. Don't you love that when they do that? They're so cute. And you look up and you go, hi. And they look into my eyes and they sit there and, he's like Grandpa Job. And I am. Thanks for noticing. Oh, you're such a bright little soul. You're so sweet. Oh my God, you're so cute. I love him so much. You're so cute. But does Andy Samberg know who I am? Okay. And then all the other people in the store, well, especially the people here that work at Intel jobs, you guys are annoying me, so I'm going to ignore you. You're acknowledging us. That's because you're currently amusing me. The moment you go back to trying to annoy me, I'm going to ignore you again. Okay. Goddamn light is orange. Okay. I'm going to kill him. No, so yeah, it's cute. But no, the reason why I have Natalie on there is because Natalie and me were tortured together, and are mental and emotional, psychological, and they use sexuality to abuse us most heinously. And we're both real good at, like my mom with the Jewish guilt trip with my sister with the dishes, Earl, God knows. Yeah, Ma, it's like this, So, I could put Noah's up there and feel a little bit of more. He deleted his YouTube page, so I can't find it. But Natalie's, it's easy. Me and Natalie are like this. Yeah, 2 peas in a pod. Me and Natalie have been spiritually linked, okay, and they knew from Geno Cinquizzi's over a long time. Probably more so than just about any other woman, okay, in the history of the world. And since I happen to be, okay, the line of Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, then that means the closest genetic splicing. They had me thinking Amy was like Lilith, okay, which, maybe the spirit of Lilith could be like a, because, damn, I never thought of that. Okay, yeah. Adam and Lucifer are brothers. So it makes sense in Lilith and Eve, and they're all from the same tribe. So, okay. So, yeah, Amy does have connections to Lilith, but, Lucifer and Adam are brothers. So that means Lilith and Eve are sisters. And don't compare and don't be jealous. And the problem was Lilith was jealous of Eve. And that's what happened with Amy, with Natalie. And me, I just worked really hard at making sure that Lilith wasn't jealous of Eve, that Lilith appreciated Eve, that Eve, and Amy tried to talk Eve into, hey, become a sexual hardy and take care of all of us with your sexuality because you're so pretty, you can marry a rich guy. And Natalie wasn't down with that one because I raised Natalie. Yeah. So just get a guy that loves you and you feel is worthy of your love and that will be faithful, and you don't have to grab by the testicles and squeeze real hard and say, my dad and my brothers and Patrick can make you feel pain. Oh yeah, Patrick can make you feel pain. Oh yeah. The scariest one is me. I know Patrick's 6'5" and all that stuff, and you'd think Patrick would be the scariest, but no. It's me, fun. Noah's 6'3" and all that, yeah. But it's me, the 5'11" and 3/4 guy. I'm the one that all the bullies are the most terrified of. Is me, yeah. Which one? Who's making love to your... Yeah, why'd you go around secretly? If you was tired of loving me, why'd you keep holding on? And then all the little kids go, it's him, it's fun, he's fun. Fun is a lot like me, and I'm a lot like Fun. That's why we talk to each other in prayer so much. I love him very much. His life was a little short and tragic because he was depressed because of all the murder of his people and the depression and the abuse of his people. The same thing that the scientists that studied Cochise County were trying to do with me. The eternal messenger of the invincible one of the Chiricahua, and then the quote invincible one of the Hebrews. And so I just get it connecting to people here locally. Well, they love Fun, and if you love Fun, you love me. If you don't love Fun, you don't love me. So if you don't love Fun, you don't love Jesus Christ, and so therefore, no Tishna for you. Yeah, you can't go behind the Floridas and sit down and try to have a vision and talk to Fun because they'll use a data center to fuck with your head and give you ego problems that you already had, but don't do that. Okay. Don't think you're the one who's the focal point for us to live the Lord's Prayer. Okay? There is nobody, if there's somebody else, then I will sit there and say, okay, well, let's make sure everybody knows about you and we're doing this, and I'm in the Gila by, Pino Saltos by morning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've been saying it for a long time. And I just can't get those little bastards at Fort Bliss to stand up to the little sandbox and say, hey, we ain't doing this no more. No, we're not going to pretend that we're getting marched off to a Japanese prison camp for you fucking morons who have a big missile and it's a detachable penis. I know. Jesus must be a really cool guy. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Jesus, eternally, the Spirit of Jesus, really cool guy. Yeah. Hi. Hi. They're so cute. I know they're tight. They're so cute. I love kiddos. They're so cute. I love families. I love to see moms and dads that really love their kids and kids that really love their moms and dads. You can ask everybody that shops at Walmart on Loman and Cruces. Earl loves us. Differently than Mr. Blasi. Yeah, he's really as sweet as Mr. Blasi, his first grade teacher at Mesilla Park Elementary, if you show up with the kids and everybody's respectful and everything like that. But if you have an attitude and think Jesus is your alter ego, you're going to get Miss Robinson. Yeah, and that ping pong paddle, boy. And then if you think, well, I'm better than you and I'm going to win the burp contest, Miss Mute's showing up and she's pretty, but she's going to smack your ass. And the only consolation prize you get is if your Ponce won the derp contest, right? Or Cummings at Peter Piper Pizza, you think she'd be proud of you. You won that. I have never won a burp contest in my life. Proud to say. Not once, no. Always lost them. I can't remember. Was it Chris Martinez? Who was it that could say the ABCs in one burp? I can't remember, on the bus. You know how boys are with burping, right? Yeah, so, Buddy the Elf. Right, it's funny, right? You're so weird. Okay, is there sugar and syrup? Then yes. All right, so it's goofy. I like that movie. That movie makes me laugh. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's like, I'm not playing all Adolf Hitler and saying that this shall all be destroyed. But spare the Elf movie. What about the Ricky Bobby? The latent irrational homosexuality. Oh, shit. It is funny, though. The animal noises at the Red Lobster. Shit. It's in the bone. That's also an Ace Ventura. Oh shit. To destroy or not to destroy. To censor or not to censor. You're gonna have to be mature enough to understand what was happening. Right? All of me. Why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I'll never use them. Take my arms, I want to lose them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. Can't, so you see what I'm saying? Cow Boogie. He's got a Harlem, Jig in the jungle. Bungle in the jungle. Just remember, when it all goes crazy and the thrill is gone. Days get rainy and the nights get long. When you get that feeling you were born to lose. They're from Colorado, one of my favorites when I was a kiddo and growing up in Messiah Park, Elementaryville. They're called Firefall. Just remember I love you and it'll be alright. Really good, about 5 at least real excellent tunes, yeah. Last December I met a girl, she took a liking to me, said she loved me if she didn't know the meaning of the word. Okay, there's that, and there's you are the woman that I've always dreamed of. I knew it from the start. I saw your face. They're a rock band, but they do chick rock, and it's like cool because it's excellent, right? And then there's someone who will always stay, someone who'll never say goodbye, love you, goodbye, love you. That's the 4th song, and there's also another one. Didn't I hear you cry this morning? Didn't I hear you weep? Everybody likes that one. That's a strange, right? That's all them Jesus lovers that invented their ego into Jesus and say, I'm the Spirit of the Lord, not you, Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. I have the book and the money from the book to prove it. I know. And David Rockefeller Foundation, who pays for your ministry? Michael Youssef? Bobby Schuller? Who's responsible financially for your ministry? Well, it'd be the John Davison Rockefeller Foundation. Can you say slammed in hell? Who was the man that when I went to Cochise County to fix quantum computing and shut this motherfucker down that was always talking to me in my head saying, Parsons, they'll gladly. And I'm like, that ain't David Rockefeller on TV talking. That's some guy with his how do you adjust your voice? That ain't his dog. That ain't his talking shit voice. No. That's his voice that he uses on It's a wonderful day in our neighborhood, a beautiful day in our neighborhood. Could you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Do you really think that Fred Rogers talked that way when he got himself a really fine-ass woman with a big, if he got Dorothy Dandridge in the bedroom, right? You really think that Mr. Rogers is going to be like, you'll have things you want to talk about. I will too. Don't you sit there and say, Fred, what's your bedroom voice? I would like to take them feathers off that booty, and I would like to grab a hold of it, and I would like to do things with your body and for your body, for my body, with my body, that make us both just, sing out like we're the lead singer of a rock band or Sylvia Robinson's Pillow Talk. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, girl. Well, I ain't trying to get kids to do right by the philanthropy system. I'm trying to do right by the girl to get me some kids, yo. You know what I'm saying, girl? Come on, honey, let's go make some noise. Fuck Valentino. Did kiss him by a Crystal Blue Stallion Street. He's an asshole. He what's the matter? Shut up his face. Okay? You come go with me. Come, darling, come and go with me. Then come go. Yes, I need you. Yeah, you never gave me a chance. Come into my arms. Yeah. Anybody else like that? Then come go with. That's the Del Vikings, right? I think it is. It's from the soundtrack of what are the songs that? Do you want to dance under the moonlight? Hug and kiss me all through the night. Oh, baby, do you want... Bobby Freeman? American Graffiti? What other good songs on American Graffiti? There's a lot of good songs on American Graffiti, man. Yeah, man. There's like, I don't know, man, but my favorite is probably, well, I don't know. I do like. Anybody else like? Yeah. I love me some Bobby Freeman with the "Do You Want to Dance?" Well, do you want to dance? Come go with me. There's other good songs. They ain't on right at the top of my head right here and shit. Like AKA had a title from Marvin Gaye and shit. But is Rockin' Robin on that? I like that one. Anybody like Bobby? He rocks in the treetops all day long, rocking and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little it's Bobby Day, right? Tweedly dee, tweedly dee, tweedly dee, tweedly dee, tweet, tweet, tweedly dee. All the chickadees, all the little orioles, yeah. Love to hear the robin going tweet, 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 rockin' robin, tweet, tweedly dee, rockin' robin, tweet, tweedly dee, go rockin' robin, goes really gonna rock tonight. I think that's up on there. Isn't the Zodiacs and then Maurice Williams is Stay? Just, oh, won't you stay? Right, just a little bit, yeah. Yeah, the original, not Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown do all right, but there's Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs is the best, right? I think that's up on there. There's quite a few. Anybody else like those oldies but goodies? Is the Silhouettes and the Rays? I love. Did anybody else love that? That's one of my favorite doo-wop songs of all time. Oh, I love the snot out of that song. I went to go listen to more of the Rays songs, but none more quite as good as, Took a walking past your house late last night. All the shades were pulled and drawn way down tight. From within the dim light cast 2 silhouettes on the shade. Oh, what a lovely couple they made. Put his arms around your waist, held you tight. Kisses I could almost taste in the night. Wondered why I'm not the guy. 2 silhouettes on the shade, I couldn't hide the tears in my eyes. Silhouette, 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 silhouettes. Oh, 2 silhouettes on the shade, silhouette. I love the Rays, man. They're one of my favorites. Okay. Born Too Late. Oh, my parents' music, man. I used to sit there and my mom and dad used to listen to that stuff in high school. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for songs like that my mom was listening to when she was in high school. My grandpa knocking on the door and base housing in San Antonio. You're in there smoking cigarettes and listening to nigger music. It's like it's better than out there sitting there talking shit with a bunch of bigots. Yeah, I think anybody with half a brain cell that functions realized, well, let me see, I could smoke cigarettes and listen to Clyde McPhatter and Sam Cooke in my room, or I could sit out and listen to war stories by a bunch of bigots that talk about niggers and spics and dagos and wops. And it's a tough choice. Bunch of drunks swapping war stories, talking about tribalism, or try to forget about life for a while and then my mom's dead and smoke some cigarettes and listen to Clyde McPhatter. Lover, please, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Don't leave me. Don't leave me in misery. You would never hold me so near. You would never call me dear. Don't you know I'd die for you? Now that you're gone, that's what I'll do. Wow, when you think about your mom being gone and not coming back, that song's kind of sad. Yeah, that is. Does she love me with all her heart? Should I worry when we're apart? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. Does she need me as she pretends? Is this a game? When will I win? It's a lover's question I'd like to know. I'd like to know when she's not with me, if she's still true to me. I'd like to know when we're kissing, does she feel just what I feel? And how am I to know it's really real? Oh, tell me where the answer lies. Is it in her kiss or in her eyes? Or in case of all you horn dogs, it's in her thighs, right? She's the welcome committee of the office, and she'll wrap her legs around you so tight that you'll scream to let her go. Okay, I'll stay away from her. Okay, Joss Baskin. I don't get it. We're selling toys. What kind of toys? The kind of toys that were in Craig's uncle's bedroom with the auntie that was always trying to hit him. Oh, yeah, because he won the lottery. Yeah. We need the Lord's Prayer more now than ever before. Oh, yeah, I totally agree, since we got global communications. And when people are living the Lord's Prayer, hi means so much more, doesn't it, than ever before. Hi. Because they're so cute. And the only way to protect their innocence is to end debt and trespass and eliminate the server. Hi. That's why when I watch all the commercials about the data centers on TV, I go, bye. She sure seems cute. I don't understand a word she's saying. Okay. It's better? What's better? Living the Lord's Prayer is better than ever before, especially now. Hi. Hi. Yeah. So get more hi, and don't have Earl watching TV and have him going like this to you. Bye. CBS? Gone. NBC? No mas. ABC? 1, 2, 3. As simple as do, re, mi. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, baby, you and me, girl. You know what I mean? That's the only way you get hi, right? So say goodbye to fuck. No one should ever care if I should live or die. Time and time again, the thought of love has passed me by, and all I've known is love is how to live without it. That's because we ain't living the Lord's Prayer. Hi. Okay, you guys get this. That's why I'm the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and I'm fixing the words. But let's not use them after we fix the words. I don't want to be known as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Well, I think that's just the King James version of the Bible trying to take the grace of Good Shepherd and turn him into one of their whole cake factory, Buckingham Palace, fucking. And I'm not King Ralph, and I don't want to go bowling at Buckingham Palace. I'm a good bowler, just say. Maybe I'll bowl more once we're done doing all this dumb shit. I don't know. I like cornhole. It's fun. Horseshoes? Yeah, I think after I detox and recover and stuff like that, I'd be a little bit more tolerable at horseshoes than I am now because of all the chemical poisoning from all those Packer Woods and Thelma and Louise assholes. Oh, window shopping and never stopping to buy. You don't have to. We're living Proverbs and Psalms now. Oh, that's cool. So drop those dowdy feathers and fly a little bit. Balance, harmony, and understand. You won't burn yourself up in the sun or atmosphere and shit like that. Keep your feet on the ground. Don't be El Condor Pasa. A sparrow than a snail. How about a human being? Then you don't have to be a sparrow or a snail. You're just selling songs for money. That's all you're doing, boy. That's a nice flute, but hey, grow the fuck up. There's a reason why that the Messiah in the apocalypse is connected to the Hebrew people. Give me what's good for the Hebrew children, right? So I think it's just, it's not art imitating life. It's life eliminating art, because we don't have to have these people burning up tables and doing all this. This is a $48,000 table. Okay, let's just live the Lord's Prayer. That's a really cute idea, neat idea. If people need a table and that's cool for them and they like that in their room, well, let's put it together. Let's make it for them. And if you ask for money, we'll kick you right in the dick or the vajayjay. All right, who done gone and done did that thing down all right? Me. Lucy put the ball down. I ain't Charlie Brown. I said, bitch. Pow! I kicked that ball over the tree and around the way. It went all the way around the world. Oh, don't be stupid. Let's not have another Mount St. Helens. And let's start cooling the groundwater supplies and start bringing down that dam and make sure that those fault lines, the top tech support and the best scientists at New Mexico Tech University compelled you. We don't want to be miners anymore. Well, what will we name the nickname of New Mexico Tech then? How about the Dam Busters? That's cool. Okay, I'm going to invent a team when you guys fix my EA Sports with the 2000, not do the this at me with the revamp team and all that. Get your shit straight. If you've had the game for a long time, get it right. Put in all the right animations and stuff. We'll have one in Socorro. We'll call them New Mexico Tech Dam Busters. Dam Busters. Okay. How about Dam? I don't know. How Dam Dammers? D-Dammers. The D-Dammers? I don't know. The Wham Dammers? How about the river? The Rivermen. Something to do with destroying of the rivers. Let's do something beautiful about the river. River and the rain. It's called the Rio Grande because before you guys dammed it up and fucked it up, it was very grand, very beautiful. It was wide and beautiful. I hear stories about it from the old Mexican people all the time before Elephant Butte. Yeah. Before Elephant Butte, this happened. Now most of those people are going away, and since they're not here to tell their stories, you think their stories don't exist and aren't as beautiful as Let us see all of the lights at the foot of the hill. Understand why that river is called what it is, and why it was meant to be what it was meant to be. Not be damned by industry, but to cool the volcanoes, so we don't have, oh, don't be stupid, right? Okay. I love my mom too. Yeah, she's a good person. Well, she's my mother there. She's gonna be a pretty good kid. I got good parents. Well, oh, don't be stupid. Okay, guys? I love you. All right, peace.